In this video, we'll take a look at how we can edit, duplicate, delete and recalculate toolpaths within Vectric Spark. We'll start with an existing job in which I've already created some simple toolpath in. When you create toolpaths within Spark, they get populated into a toolpaths list that you can find on the right hand side within the toolpaths pane. You'll see the list towards the top of the form, and you can see our cut along and pocket toolpath listed in the order that they were created in. To the left of the toolpath names, you'll see an eye icon. This is the visibility of the toolpath within the workspace. If we single left click this, we can switch off the visibility and you'll see that the eye is struck through. And this applies individually to each toolpath. If we look above this, you'll see a hide all button when all toolpaths are visible. And you can click this to apply globally to all toolpaths. So this will switch the visibility off for all. This then changes to a show all button, and if we click this, everything is now visible. So that's our list, and the first option that we're going to take a look at is how we can edit an existing toolpath in Spark. There are a couple of options for doing this, and the first is to just double left click on the toolpath title within the list. This reopens the familiar toolpath form in which you can make further edits and use the calculate button again to apply these changes. So, as an example, the cut depth is currently 1/4 of an inch in this cut along toolpath. If we wanted to change that to 1/2 an inch, we can enter it into the cut depth form there, click calculate again, and that has now, if we go back in, recalculated the toolpath based on that new cut depth. The second way to do this is to right click on the toolpath title, and this pops up with a context menu with various options. The third option down, you'll see edit. If we click this, it will open into the same familiar toolpath form, and you can make changes and recalculate in the same way. So those are the two options. But you'll notice that there were various different options within the right-click context menu. The next option that we'll look at is the ability to duplicate existing toolpaths. And we'll use that right-click, and instead we'll head down to duplicate. And this creates an exact copy of the selected toolpath. So you'll see that it's got exactly the same name, and it will contain exactly the same toolpath settings. You'll also see that this is appended by the number of copies. So if we copy this again by clicking duplicate, you'll see that we've got pocket 1, 1 and pocket 1, 2. So I've created those for the demonstration, but I don't actually need them. So what do we do if we want to delete an existing toolpath? Well, we can use that context menu again. So we'll right click on the toolpath name and we'll instead go down to delete. When we do this, you'll see that further options are opened, and these are all related to what toolpath the delete action is applied to. So the first one is fairly self-explanatory. That just deletes the currently selected toolpath. So we'll do that now to the first copy. And we'll take a look at the others. So delete all invisible. That applies to all toolpaths that are currently set to invisible within the project. So you can see that the currently selected toolpath, pocket 1, number 2, is currently set to invisible. So if we click that, only that toolpath deletes. The other two options, delete all visible, will instead delete all visible toolpaths, and delete all will just delete all toolpaths within the list. So let's imagine now that we're working on a project and we've created our cut along toolpath based on a vector that's smaller than we intended. So we can change that by using the Recalculate option. First off, we just need to make the necessary edits to the vector. So we'll select this in the workspace, click on the edit button, and we'll enter, it's 6.2 inches now. So let's say we intended this to be a 7-inch square. So we'll enter 7 into the calculation edit box and tab. That applies that, and we'll just recenter that to the material using the alignment tool. Now we've made the change to the vector, we'll see that the original toolpath hasn't updated, so there's no dynamic link between them intentionally. So after changing or editing the vectors, we need to then recalculate the toolpath based on this change. And there are a couple of different ways to do this. So the first would again be to use our right-click context menu on the toolpath title. So we'll go to the cut along toolpath, go down to the Recalculate button, and we'll see, like the delete option, there are a couple of different sub-options for the Recalculate, just based on the visibility of the toolpath and whether we want to just recalculate the selected toolpath or recalculate all of them. In this case, I haven't made any changes to the pocket, so I can recalculate all. So I'll click that and we'll see that that's now updated so that the toolpath has been applied to the updated vector with the 7-inch square. Another way that we can recalculate toolpaths is to use the Recalculate All button. So this is just underneath the toolpaths list, again in the toolpaths pane on the right hand side. And say we'd made any changes to vectors subsequently, or there had been any changes to the job setup, and we'd chosen not to allow the software to automatically recalculate based on the prompt, we can then subsequently use the Recalculate Toolpaths button here next to the tool database icon. And this is just going to take all toolpaths within the list and just recalculate them based on their current settings. So that covers the edit, duplicate, delete and recalculate options within Vectric Spark. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope you found it useful.